Once upon a time, in a land shrouded by eternal twilight, there lay a village named Elder Grove. This village was nestled at the edge of a dark and ancient forest known as the Whispering Woods. The trees of the forest were tall and twisted, their branches resembling gnarled fingers clawing at the sky. It was said that no one who entered the Whispering Woods ever returned. Among the villagers, there lived a young girl named Alice. She was curious and brave, traits that often led her to places she shouldn't go. Her grandmother, who was the village storyteller, warned her time and again about the dangers of the Whispering Woods. "The forest is alive, Alice," she would say, her voice trembling. "It speaks to those who wander too close, and its whispers can drive a person mad." Alice loved her grandmother's tales, though she never truly believed them. They seemed like just stories meant to scare children into behaving. But one night, everything changed. It was a cold, moonless night when Alice heard a faint sound drifting through her window. It was a whisper, soft and inviting. She crept to the window and peered into the darkness, but saw nothing. The whisper came again, clearer this time. It seemed to be calling her name, beckoning her to the edge of the forest. Unable to resist the mysterious call, Alice slipped out of her house and made her way to the Whispering Woods. As she approached, the whispers grew louder, filling her mind with strange and haunting words. She felt an unnatural pull, like invisible hands drawing her deeper into the forest. The air grew colder as Alice ventured further, and the trees seemed to close in around her. Their branches rustled as if whispering secrets to each other. Suddenly, she stumbled upon an old abandoned cabin overgrown with ivy and moss. The door creaked open, and inside, a faint light flickered. Compelled by curiosity, Alice stepped inside. The cabin was empty, save for a single candle burning in the center of the room. Its flame cast eerie shadows on the walls, and the whispers seemed to converge around it. Alice felt a shiver run down her spine as she approached the candle. Just as she reached out to touch it, the whispers stopped. An eerie silence filled the cabin, and the candle flickered wildly before going out, plunging Alice into darkness. She fumbled for the door, but it had disappeared. Panic set in as she realized she was trapped. Suddenly, a cold, spectral voice echoed through the cabin. "Welcome, Alice. We've been waiting for you." The voice was hollow and ancient, and it sent chills down her spine. "Who are you?" she demanded, her voice trembling. "We are the spirits of the Whispering Woods," the voice replied. "Bound to this place by a curse, we seek the living to join us in our eternal torment." Alice's heart pounded in her chest as the shadows around her began to move. They coalesced into ghostly figures, their faces twisted in agony. She backed away, but there was nowhere to go. The spirits closed in, their whispers filling her mind with dark thoughts. In a desperate attempt to escape, Alice remembered her grandmother's tales. She recalled a story about an ancient artifact that could break the curse of the Whispering Woods, a silver amulet hidden deep within the forest. Gathering her courage, she spoke to the spirits. "I know how to free you, the silver amulet. It can break the curse." The spirits paused, their whispers momentarily silenced. "If you speak the truth, then you must find it," the spectral voice said. "But beware, the forest will test you. Fail, and you will join us forever." With no other choice, Alice agreed. The door of the cabin reappeared, and she stumbled out into the forest once more. The trees seemed to loom even taller, their whispers now mocking and sinister. She pushed forward, determined to find the amulet and save herself and the trapped spirits. As she ventured deeper, the forest began to play tricks on her mind. Shadows danced in the corners of her vision, and ghostly figures flitted between the trees. She heard the voices of her loved ones calling her name, begging her to turn back. But Alice pressed on, following the faint whispers that guided her toward the amulet. After what felt like hours, she stumbled upon a clearing bathed in a pale, ghostly light. In the center of the clearing stood an ancient tree, its trunk twisted and gnarled. At its base, half buried in the earth, lay the silver amulet. Alice rushed forward and grasped it, feeling a surge of warmth as she held it in her hands. The whispers around her grew louder, more frantic. The spirits of the forest appeared, their faces twisted in desperation. "Use it, Alice," the spectral voice urged. "Break the curse." With trembling hands, Alice held the amulet high and spoke the incantation her grandmother had taught her. "By the light of the silver moon, I break the curse that binds this gloom. Spirits lost now find release, return to peace, return to peace." A blinding light erupted from the amulet, enveloping the forest. The whispers turned to cries of relief as the spirits were freed from their torment. The twisted trees began to straighten, their branches reaching skyward in gratitude. The darkness lifted, and a soft, warm glow spread through the whispering woods. Alice found herself standing alone in the clearing, the amulet still warm in her hand. The forest was now serene and beautiful, its once menacing presence transformed. She made her way back to Elder Grove, where she was greeted with astonished joy. Her grandmother embraced her tightly, tears of relief in her eyes. "You did it, Alice. You broke the curse." From that day forward, the Whispering Woods was no longer a place of fear. The village of Elder Grove prospered, and the forest became a place of wonder and beauty. Alice's bravery and determination were celebrated, and she became the new storyteller, passing down the tale of the Whispering Woods to future generations. And so the legend of the Whispering Woods lived on, a reminder of the power of courage and the strength of the human spirit.